Today, we are diving into one of the most incredible and, let's be honest, chaotic times in a person's life, the first 5 years of being a parent. We're going to look at a really cool tool designed to help make that journey just a little bit clearer.
So if you're a parent, you know this feeling, right? You wait for the appointment, you finally get into the room, and then the clock is ticking. It feels like you've got a million things you want to ask, but there's just never, ever enough time.
Exactly. I mean, in that tiny little window, you're tracking their growth, you're dealing with vaccinations, and you're desperately trying to squeeze in those burning questions about, sleeping or eating or that weird new noise your toddler started making yesterday. It can feel so rushed. But what if you could change that? What if you could sort of prime the pump before you even walked in the door? So you're ready to have a really meaningful conversation about how your child is developing, not just how much they weigh. Well, that is the big idea behind something called the Sparks video series. This is the solution we're going to unpack today, and it was designed by some real heavy hitters from places like Mount Sinai and 0 to 3.
So the key thing to understand here is that Sparks is a tool. It's not meant to replace that doctor's visit, not at all. It's designed to make it better. The videos show you these real-life parenting moments, things you'll definitely recognize, to get you and your doctor on the same page and, you guessed it, spark a better conversation.
And this isn't just a one-off thing. They have covered the entire journey. There are 14 videos in total, and each one is specifically designed to line up with those well-child visits you have scheduled, from the newborn days all the way up to their 5th birthday. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the main idea, the premise. Then we'll walk through the big stages the series covers, those wild first 6 months, then toddlerhood, the preschool years, and finally, getting them ready for school.
First up, let's get right to the heart of it. Why does something like this even need to exist? What's the problem it's trying to solve?
The folks who created the series just nailed it with this quote. They said that these visits are this golden opportunity, but doctors often feel like they have little time to cover any topic fully. That right there, that's the gap these Sparks videos are meant to fill. All right, so let's start at the very beginning, with those foundational first 6 months.
In this early stage, the videos focus on some huge topics, like just the shock of transitioning to parenthood itself. They also get into learning how to read your baby's own special cues and all about those serve and return moments. The coos, the smiles, that back and forth that is literally building your baby's brain.
The whole idea here is that you're basically learning a new language. It's your baby's language of needs, of comfort, of everything. And these videos just help you tune into that frequency, helping you build that incredible bond right from the get-go.
And next up, we enter a phase every parent knows oh so well, toddlerhood. This is where things get mobile, they get vocal, and they get, really interesting. We're shifting from just bonding to trying to nurture their little independent spirit.
And you can see that shift in the topics for sure. We're talking about helping toddlers put a name to their gigantic feelings, the amazing power of learning through play, and of course, the big one, how to set limits. Plus, they get into modern stuff like screen time and, every parent needs this, strategies for managing those challenging behaviors.
This picture just captures that spirit perfectly, doesn't it? That determined exploration. And as they start pushing boundaries and figuring out what they can do, our job as parents has to change and evolve right along with them.
From toddlerhood, we absolutely blast off into the preschool years. This is when their inner world just explodes with creativity, with imagination, and, you guessed it, even more complex emotions.
So naturally, the videos for this age are all about the magic of pretend play, which, by the way, is how kids work through really big ideas. They also give you tools to help navigate those very real childhood fears, like the monsters under the bed, which always seem to pop up during this super imaginative time.
And that brings us to the final stage the series covers. That super important time right before they walk into a classroom for the very first time.
At this point, the focus gets a lot more future-oriented. It's all about those social-emotional skills, like sharing and getting along with other kids, and it introduces this crucial idea of a growth mindset, teaching kids that their brain is like a muscle that can get stronger. It's so important for raising a resilient kid who's ready to learn.
The real takeaway here is that none of these stages happen in a bubble. It's all connected. Learning to read your baby's cues helps you calm your toddler's tantrums, which in turn helps them build the social skills they're going to need for school. See? It all builds on itself.
And that brings us right back to where we started. This series is not just about watching videos. It's a whole collection of conversation starters. It's about empowering you, the parent, to turn a rushed 15-minute checkup into a really powerful check-in.
So the only real question left is, what spark are you going to start at your next visit?